50 million. I talked yesterday about my commitment this year is 50 million people. 50 million. Yeah, that's the right number. And maybe it'll be different than that. Maybe it'll be 100 million, maybe 500 million. But we'll see. Right now, the commitment is 50 million. My year started October 14th because that's my wife's birthday and she's my precious angel. What am I going to do to 50 million? Well, I'm going to help 50 million people to discover and serve with their divine gifts. I've discovered in my life that the way we are happiest is when we are loving and serving each other with our divine gifts. That's the way to prosperity. It's the way to find your life purpose, and it's the way to unconditional joy. So that's my mission, and I'm going to talk about every day. So today, today I labeled it choices. I wake up early, most of the time without an alarm. In fact, I would say 29 days out of 30, right? No alarm. And I have a ritual that I perform in the morning. I don't do it because I have to. I do it because I want it. I yearn for it. I ache for it. I feel so good when I do that. It honors my spirit. It honors my body. It honors my relationships, and it develops my mind. I use the acronym SPEM, and maybe I'll do a whole video about that sometime. But right now, I was just thinking about this morning. I got up and I woke up 15 or 20 minutes before the alarm was going to go off and lay there in meditation. And then the alarm did go off and I shut it off and lay there some more. And I've had developed an interesting new habit. One way to think about getting up, not getting up is, oh, I don't want to get up. Something that has turned into power for me is to say, well, I'm going to get up, but to go right into meditation or prayer to address the divine and say, I'd like to have a few minutes together with you. And I've discovered in doing that, not as an excuse to go back to sleep, although it could be, right? I'd like to have a few minutes. Now, excuse me while I nap. Not with that intention. I've had a couple of really miraculous, in the last 4 or 5 days, a couple of really miraculous experiences to move right into deep and profound connection with the divine. That was a few days ago, so powerfully that I wrote 5 pages in my journal about what I learned and what I was taught. This morning, I did that, and it was just a few minutes, and I was very connected. And the reason I asked this morning is because my body was complaining. I don't know if the body complains. My body was not feeling enthusiastic because one of the things that I do in my morning ritual is about a 20 or 25-minute stretching and floor X routine and some push-ups and things like that. And I've been very, very diligent doing it every single day, except I always take Sunday off. And today was Saturday. And the excuses came, all kinds of reasons. Well, I can do this instead. I can go for a long walk. And you know what? I could. And it would be just as beneficial to the body. But that wasn't the reason I was saying that. The reason I was saying it is because I didn't want to get up right now and do that thing. The thought of hitting the floor and doing push-ups, which I happen to do first, but it doesn't really matter. It was just not what I wanted to do today. And then as I lay there in spiritual rapture, thinking about this and feeling into my body, I thought, how many other choices would this be the gateway to skating on today? Because I said I was going to. And I said it, I did it, is the most powerful cadence. You want to have success? Then keep your word. Every syllable that comes out of your mouth. Now, that might mean immediately talking a lot less. It certainly meant for me being careful, full of care about every word that I say, because I made a commitment, not just an intention or a wish, a commitment to myself. I was going to keep my word some time ago. And my PTAC, personal truth and commitment, couple of the statements are, I am honesty and speak only truth. And the companion statement is, I am integrity and do what I say and am who I seem. with no camouflage, duplicity, or guile. Now, those are monumentally high standards, and I don't care. It's just for me. I'm sharing them here for information. But anyway, as I lay there thinking about it, about how many choices that would be the gateway to, well, I didn't do that. Oh, let this slide, let that slide. And maybe that doesn't happen to you, but it does to me. It makes it easier to take another one and to take another liberty. So I lay there in meditation, feeling and experiencing fully the feelings of my body, beginning to move in bed and do the things to stretch and then, whatever. And finally I got up, and 10 or 15 or 20 minutes after meditation and or 20 minutes of meditation, hit the floor, did my stuff. And when I finished, half an hour later, as I got up to start the day, I was overwhelmed with a sense of gratitude. My body still hurt, but it didn't matter. I had an internal glow and sense of gratitude. I said it, I did it. I share that not to say, yay me, but to share the truth and discovery that keeping your word at all costs, no matter what, is a powerful platform. And, you can say all the arguments, well, this changed and that changed. You can always renegotiate a commitment. But my experience is, at least, we do that far too often as an excuse for inconvenience, as an excuse for changing our mind. I have a kind of funny way to say this. When people say, yeah, I'll do that, what they really mean is, if I remember, if I still feel like it, if I don't get a better offer, and if you don't piss me off between now and then. That's kind of the subtext that's underneath there. And the truth is, as I am become, honesty, a person who speaks exactly what they mean and does what they say. I have noticed in that transformation, in that change, a completely different relationship with myself, my words, my being, my choices. And I love that person. I love the person before I was doing it as the one who's trying. I love the person who was trying and failing for the effort and full of forgiveness and growth and grace. And I love the person I am now become. That is the choice. That is the step today on the road to helping 50 million people discover and serve with their divine gifts. I invite you to join me. I invite you to join me either by helping me reach 50 million people to connect with who they really are and their divine capability and power, encouragement and love that we need so much of. So join me. I invite you to share anything with me you think will help me to do that, because I don't know all the ways it's going to happen. I see things unfolding around me that are miraculous, and I'm leaning into and full of just unspeakable gratitude for those things. But I certainly don't know the way. And so if you can help, if this excites you, if you want to join me, I want to know, and I want to share this process. So reach out, let's talk, and figure out how that works, because I'm committed to make this happen no matter what. And if you'd like to join me, I want to have you. We'll see you tomorrow.